So if you want to know how to get stocked up, how to get prepared, what you should be getting, stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. How are y'all doing today? Yes, I have on shades because y'all, it's sunny where I'm at, and I didn't want to frown at you guys because I don't want y'all to think I'm mad at y'all. I am absolutely not, but I am out here because I have not done this in so long, and because I have so many new family members to the channel, I said I need to put out things to start your food pantry. None of us should be standing in line waiting for someone to hand us food. What we should be doing is preparing now while the food is there. I'm starting to see shelves start to get a little empty here and there, only in spots. But you guys, all it takes is one disaster or emergency, and we'll be right back where we started. Now, even though it's sunny where I'm at, it's also chilly where I'm at. So I'm going to try to go through this list as fast as I can because I have a list of 20 food items, but I also have bonus items that will be in here as well that aren't food, but will help you in preparing your food. So I'm also going to leave the location where I'm at, which is this lake, beautiful lake behind me and mountains in the background and stuff. But we're going to leave and I'm going to show you the items that you need to be getting. And you can get them on a budget. Every single week, go out, spend $25 to $40. If you have 50, do that. But create a budget that's not going to break the bank. If you want to bulk buy, you can bulk buy, because I do bulk buy sometimes. At least once a month I bulk buy, but it's been a while since I've done that. So this is why I am doing the budget pantry, food pantry. This is important, you guys. Before you leave the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, because it helps the channel grow, and share this video out so more people can create that food pantry in their home, even if you have small spaces, okay? So the first thing I want to say is this is emergency food. So you're going to rotate through this food, all right? Make sure as you're buying it, you're also using it. But at first, to create it, you don't want to use it. So you want to buy maybe 2 of each. Put 1 in your working pantry and 1 in your food pantry. That way you'll create a stockpile of food for your family. Water is on the list. Water does not have to be number 1 on your list, but water is definitely number 1 on my list, okay? And you don't have to buy the little water bottles. You can buy the gallon jug bottles. They have them in Aldi. They used to be 88 cents. I think they're $1 now. But you can still find those gallon jugs. Get 1 at a time or get 2. But it's better if you get 2. That way you have some that you can use now and some that you can use later. When storing those things, make sure you're not storing them on concrete because you don't want that to leach into your bottles. And rotate through. Next on the list, you want to think about adding rice to your stockpile. You can get the single bags, the 1-pound bags for about $1. Some of them are $2, but that's name brand. You don't have to buy name brand. Remember that you don't have to buy name brand when you are stocking up on these items. You will save more money that way. The goal is to stock up as much as you can for as less as you can. Sugar is something you need to add to your stockpile. Whether you use sugar or not, it's still a good bartering item. And believe me, people still barter out here. But sugar is something good to have, whether it's baking or canning your food. You're going to need sugar for something. Number 4 on the list is noodles. Any kind of noodles, whether it's the ramen noodles. And I know a lot of people say, well, those have a lot of sodium. No, the noodles don't have a lot of sodium. The little packets do. So you don't have to use those packets, or you can use half of that packet. But those are a reasonable price still. So stock up on the ramen noodles. You can get macaroni noodles. And remember, it doesn't have to be name brand. Get those items because, for one, they go a long way, and you can have leftovers when you're having spaghetti, right? So you want to be able to make a meal and still be able to feed your family the next day. Number 5 on my list is protein. Y'all, these birds in these trees are kind of freaking me out, but number 5 is protein. Any kind of protein, whether it's the canned protein, like the canned meat. You could get Spam if you eat Spam. Now, another thing, don't buy stuff you don't eat. You want to prep items that you like, you enjoy, and that your family like and they enjoy. Otherwise, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. So canned meats, whatever you like, go ahead and get that. I like canned salmon. I don't do Vienna sausages. I thought I would like them because I did growing up. But as an adult, I don't. They're just way too salty for me. So you can get those items. You can get tuna in the can, chicken in the can, whatever you like. Number 6 is beans. Whatever kind of beans you enjoy, do that. I try to go for even beans that I say, well, I can eat those. They're okay. They're not my favorite, but they have a lot of protein. I do stuff like that too. Get beans in the can, and that way, if you don't have a lot of meat stored up, you're still getting the protein that you need each and every day. Number 7, you want to have seasonings. You want to have your salt, your pepper. If you like onion powder, garlic powder, or whatever spices to heat and season that food up and make it taste good. No one wants to be stuck in the house, can't get out because things are going on, and you're eating bland food. Hospital food probably would taste better. So stock up on your seasonings, especially with salt, because if you're canning, you're going to be using a lot of salt. You're going to be maybe curing your food or something like that. Salt comes in handy. Now, this item is going to be a bonus item I'm going to throw on there because I didn't even think about it until just now. But number 8, apple cider vinegar. That is something that is a healing property. If anything is ailing you, you can just take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of that and start to feel better. That's great for your gut health as well. Number 9, peanut butter. Peanut butter has a lot of proteins in it. And guys, and even if you can't have peanut butter, like my youngest child is allergic to nuts, I still buy peanut butter because I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or I just can't eat it around them because they can't smell it. So be mindful of those things if you have someone that's severely allergic to peanut butter. But having peanut butter in the house is another way to get your protein in each and every day. Now, peanut butter can go rancid because of the oils that are in them, but having peanut butter has been a blessing in my household, especially when my son comes home from college because he works out a lot. Number 10, you guys, is so important when you are stuck in your home. And I know some of you guys have found that out when we were going through what we were going through in the early stages of 2020. Comfort foods. Not having comfort foods in your house, you will literally bite somebody's head off, okay? For the least little thing, okay? I don't know what you want to call it, but don't bother me if I can't have that chocolate that I like or whatever. Number 11, broth. Broth is something that you can use for so many things. Say you're cooking some rice and you just don't want regular rice. You can cook that rice in broth. You can add your seasonings to it, you know, parsley or whatever, and jazz that rice up so you're not just eating plain rice each and every day. Number 12, eggs. Y'all, how did I forget to put that on my list? I just had to add that. So y'all getting a lot of bonuses. Number 12, eggs. Add those eggs. Get that protein in any way you can. That way you can save your meat. You don't always have to cook meat with every meal, but you can have eggs if you can find them and if you can afford them. And also you can get them and store those eggs up while they dropping the prices down a little bit right now. They're still a little overpriced, but you can still get them, store them, freeze them, dehydrate them, whatever. Number 13, I would put grits on that list. Y'all, I haven't had grits in so long, and I honestly need to add that back in my pantry. I used the last little bit of my grits maybe 5 months ago, because I stopped eating it, but I do want it back in my pantry, and it is filling, and you can have it breakfast, lunch, dinner. Number 14, I would add flour to that. Having flour, whether you use it or not, even if you want to get out almond flour, some kind of flour in your home. If you're baking, you want to have flour. You want to have flour for just the same reasons you have the sugar. Maybe it's a bartering item. Who knows? But having that in your house is important. But when you get these items in, like rice and flour, make sure you freeze them for at least 24 hours. I have left my flour in my rice in my freezer and forgot about them, and got them out weeks later, and they were still fine. Wasn't frozen or anything like that. But what it does is it kills those bugs that are in there from the processing plant itself, in the machinery. They just get in. Number 15, oils. Adding oils, and I might be off count, I don't know. Adding oils to your prepper pantry will also go a long way. I don't use as much cooking oil as I used to, but when I need it, whether it's baking or occasional cooking fries, and we don't want them in the air fryer, we actually want it to taste like we got it from a fast food restaurant, because eating out costs so much now. Having that cooking oil in there is important, and also like olive oil, grapeseed oil, things like that. Seeds are also on my list, you guys. Having seeds is important to me. It might not be to you, but it is to me. But even if you don't have a garden, or you feel like, well, I don't have time to grow, or maybe you're thinking about it down the road, you know, get them now while you can. Is bread. You can freeze bread. You don't have to buy, and bread is around $3.47 right now. So hopefully it doesn't go up any higher or anything like that. You know, we're dealing with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation, but hopefully it doesn't go up any higher. Get you some bread. You can freeze your bread, and it defrosts just fine. On my list for bonus items that you should be getting is things for baking. If you're a baker, go ahead and get those items now, you know, so you don't have to search for them, especially during holiday times. You want to have a way to bake for your family. Non-food items that I think you should be getting is storage containers like totes, because you need to have a way to store these things. Batteries. You don't always have to buy the expensive batteries, and you don't have to buy the bulk batteries. Get what you can afford. They still sell batteries in the $1.25 store. Flashlights, the solar stake lights outside that are like $1.25, you can get those. Leave them outside, bring them in the house at night, and use them that way. That way, if your power goes out and you have children, you don't want them messing with candles, you can use those. Another bonus item that you need to add to your stockpile is a way to cook food if your power goes out. We're coming into spring, and all of these storms are going to be popping up left and right. Making sure you have a way to cook outdoors, whether it's a small grill or a big grill. Get you a charcoal grill. That way you don't have to worry about them running out of propane or whatever, you know. And getting the charcoal to go in it, that is on my list. Charcoal. And also lighter fluid, because you're going to need the lighter fluid. You're going to need matches, things like that, or lighters. So guys, that's it for this list. Creating that food pantry in your home, like I said, is so important, especially in today's world. Food pantries are running out of food. They're asking for people to donate as much as they possibly can, you guys. People are struggling right now, and not just low income, middle class are struggling as well. Banks are shutting down left and right. Stores are closing left and right. I have many more stories and content to give you on that, but this was very important. I want to thank you for joining me. If this was helpful to you, share it out so it can be helpful to someone else, and hit that like button, because that helps me. And as much as I like helping you, I am just asking and praying that you feel the same and want to help this channel as well, bringing you news you can use each and every day. Take care. So my fingers are frozen now, but I did want to say this. I love you. If no one's told you that today, Tommy loves you. I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the best you that you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on Tommy Bites TV and Homestead.